Yo, the way that you get successful, bro, is building your life up after your 9 to 5.
A 9 to 5 is genuinely, one of the most low effort, low IQ things that you could do.
Man, if you have a decent job nowadays, be thankful, seriously, man. Because, I mean, you guys see what's happening nowadays with all these federal employees, man.
You're going to hate every job you work because it's a job and you don't want to work. You might as well focus on what you want to do now because you're going to be thinking about it for the rest of your life. God bless you and you have a great day.
All right, guys. So a lot of people are facing a dilemma of the value of a 9 to 5. Is it helping me? Is it not helping me? Do I need it? Do I not need it? Is it going to pay me enough, or is it paying me enough just to stay stuck? Is it wasting my time? Is it a great use of my time? There's so many arguments that you can make, and we're going to get to that in this video. But let me just go ahead and throw my opinion out there before we do that, and tell you my personal situation. I have a part-time 9 to 5. I trade part-time. I work my 9 to 5 part-time, and the 9 to 5 keeps me stable. I have never been the type of person who has been fully inflated into a 9 to 5. I don't care about them that much. I can go get another one. I can go get another one, and then I can go get another. You know what I'm saying? So it was always, when it's time for me to take a risk on building something or doing something, I could just be like, all right, I'm done at this job. I could come back. If not, then great. If so, then great. You know what I mean? But I don't believe that a 9 to 5 is going to allow me to live the life that I want to live, you know, based on the amount of money it pays me. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen that way. So let's go ahead and get into the video, guys. You already know it's only right to leave a like, and every sub is a dub, and
hype me up, hype me up,
every time,
hype me up,
every time.
I seen a comment and the guy said working 100 hours a week is not a flex. Bro, we don't say working 100 hours a week for a flex. Working 100 hours a week for a period of time will get you out of any situation. You feel me? Like, if you've been struggling, you've been broke, you've been having trouble paying your bills, you got your car repossessed, or you trying to get up on some money, you trying to stack up some shit, working 100 hours per week will get that shit for you. Like, real talk. You feel me? Whether you get paid 20, 30, $40 an hour, bro, working 100 hours a week with the overtime after 40, you will get yourself out of any situation. You trying to get that down payment for the house, you got that. You trying to pay that car off, you got that. You trying to invest in some crypto and some stocks, you got that, bro. We ain't saying work 100 hours a week for your life, for the rest of your life, but for periods of time, bro, where you locked in and you doing that shit, bro, you can drastically improve your situation. You feel me? A lot of people just get caught up in the numbers, but dog, when you sacrifice for a little bit, you in the end, bro, you come out way stronger.
Bro, I don't mean to be narcissistic, asshole-ish or nothing, bro, but like, bro, if you a motherfucker with like some type of purpose, direction, or you just got the covering of God over you, bro, and you got, you know, some drive in you, bro, you cannot work a job. Like, this shit is very much true. Motherfuckers be hating, bro. I don't know what it is. It might be the bitches, I don't know what. But, bro, motherfuckers really be hating, bro. And I have experienced it at multiple jobs. Motherfuckers be telling me, like, I see how they treat other motherfuckers, and it be different from how they treat me, and I'm not tripping, bro. I promise you, I'm not paranoid. I ain't crazy. Bro, motherfuckers be treating you so much different, like, just the energy, just because you. And it's like, bro, you really gotta go, like, venture off and really bet on you, because this shit at the job ain't gonna work, bro. If you ain't a fat, out of shape motherfucker, think just like everybody else, bro, you screwed, bro.
So one I want to say is I definitely see where this brother is coming from. When you have ambition on the job, a lot of that tends to intimidate other people, and people really do be hating at the same time because they don't want to see you do better than them. That's something you're gonna learn if you ever try to venture off and do something for yourself. So you learn who you say stuff to, or who you don't say stuff to, or you just learn to be quiet so that nobody knows. Blocking everybody on social media so they don't see your page. You don't want their support. You don't need it. You're there. They're your coworkers, and you're there to perform a simple function so that you can apply the money that you get from that job to whatever your goals and dreams are after that job. Now, to sit here and say that God doesn't want you at a job, or he said if you believe in God, you can't work a job, that's not necessarily true. Some people are meant to be disciples. Interns is a thing where you learn what to do so that you can one day own or run your own business. Or maybe you're just somebody's Robin you know, while they're a Batman. That's okay. You know what I mean? People praying to God for jobs every day. So I wouldn't say you can't work a job if you believe in God or something like that, if you got a calling on your life, because your calling may be to be somebody else's assistant. And even one day, this is what I think about business owners who say, "Oh, I can't work a job." It's like you can't, but to say nobody can, well, who are you gonna hire when you run your own business? You know what I'm saying? So there's levels to it. There's an understanding that comes with it, but I do completely understand what you're saying. Sometimes you gotta hear what somebody's saying or listen to what somebody's saying, but you gotta hear what they mean by it. So my advice is, bro, lock in with whatever job, use the money that you're getting from that job to fund your business, and then go from there, bro. That's how you really do it. Now, pay attention to how this brother breaks down his point of view on being broke in a 9 to 5 versus an actual job. And then the lady after is going to explain a technique or a strategy that you should follow when you venture from your 9 to 5 to your entrepreneurship journey full time.
Nobody talks about this, bro. 9 to 5 broke and entrepreneur broke. Two total different things, my boy. At least with a 9 to 5, you know when you about to get paid. You know how much you about to get paid. Or an estimate. 9 to 5 broke, you don't know nothing. You don't know how much you getting paid, when you getting paid. You just relying on work ethic and God. No cap, bro. I remember those days.
Never be too rushy to leave your 9 to 5 to go and start a business, or because you started the business already and you're getting too little sales, you decide that you're gonna leave your 9 to 5. No. Use your 9 to 5 to fuel the business. Use your 9 to 5 money to literally help you with running that business. Here's when you're gonna actually leave your 9 to 5 to do your business full time. This is when your business is literally paying you up to 6 times the amount of money that you normally earn at your job monthly. That's the only time. And guess what? You can't just have a one good month where you did make the 6 times your salary and decide, say, yeah man, I'm ready for no. This needs to be at least a consistent 6 months of you doing these numbers and seeing these results, and that's when you are ready to know leave your 9 to 5. And that's only if you need to leave it, because guess what if the business that you're doing is not necessarily something that affects your time, or you can still be balancing it. Let's say you are actually selling digital products. You really not need to leave your 9 to 5 to sell digital products, but when it starts to make sense for you to leave is when you recognize that, boy, the type of money I make now selling my digital products, this can really have me surviving without a 9 to 5. I don't need a 9 to 5. And if I even have more time on my hand, then I can literally scale this digital business and start making bigger money. Probably I know have a different tier in terms of a mid-tier ticket, a high ticket item where you're selling coaching services, or you're selling a digital product for 500 US, 1,000 US, that kind of thing. That's when you can actually consider to leave your 9 to 5, especially if you're doing a digital business, because digital business really don't take a lot of your time, especially when you have certain systems in place and certain structure and you have help. Let's say, for example, you're not the one sitting down trying to create your websites, or if you're finding products to sell, let's say you're doing eBay dropshipping, you're not the one that's sitting down searching for products for hours. You literally hire somebody to do that. And I promise you, the people that do this, they don't charge a lot of money. They probably charge $10 per product to list. That's not a lot. You guys get what I'm saying? So long and short, all I say is, don't get up and run, leave your 9 to 5 just because you start one business and you start with 2 little shillings, 2 little pence. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to play this game very smart. All right, guys?
I like the way how she broke this down like a champ. She's working on the psychology of being an entrepreneur. Basically saying, guys, listen, keep your psychology in check while you're building your entrepreneurial income by keeping a job. That job is what pays the bills. It keeps you stable. And yes, it's a lot of work, getting your business up and started. But we all know the end goal, the result of what we're going through is what we're looking for. But make sure you remember that she said this. You need to have 6 months of consecutive income of 6 times what you're making on your 9 to 5. So if you're making $2,000 on your 9 to 5, you should be making $12,000 a month. I think that's a little bit steep, but at the end of the day, you won't be afraid to walk away. Now, this also assumes that you're not increasing your cost of living. That's one of the dumbest things you can do, unless it's business expenses only. That's, you know, what really makes sense, unless you absolutely need a car. But like, keeping your expenses low is super important when you're going through this phase, because you need to realize that the lifestyle that you're living needs to be able to be kept up in case everything blows up and you need to go back and get a job. You know what I'm saying? So don't say, okay, well, I know only at a job I can make, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 a month, but then once you start building your your entrepreneurial income, you increase your expenses to $5K a month because you're making $12K. If your business fails, what job are you gonna go get that's gonna pay you $5K a month? You know, so having a safety net and things like that are super important. And don't get into obligated debt. So like, if you buy a nice car that may cost $5,000, but it's paid off, that's a different story. But if you got a $900 car note that you just tacked on top of your monthly expenses, that's not necessarily a good thing, guys. Taking your time and getting rid of the mental stress that comes with building a not entrepreneurial income is super important.
Your 9 to 5 is not giving you peace of mind. So you want to go start a business. You want to become an entrepreneur because you need peace of mind. Entrepreneurship and peace of mind cannot be in the same sentence. One of the harshest reality I've come to terms with is the fact that not all of us are designed for entrepreneurship. If you're doing excellently well in your 9 to 5, hello, stick to it. Allegedly, I've heard that people are building wealth with 9 to 5. They are buying beach houses. My lord, business story, peace of mind. Entrepreneur. Oh, listen, you cannot have peace of mind. You wake up in the middle of the night, all of a sudden, 1,000.5 times 30 minus 1 million minus 1.5 in you're not brainstorming, no. You're hallucinating. Thus entrepreneurship is equal to madness. Entrepreneurship does not have peace of mind equivalent. It will take your life, except you're not doing it well. If you want to leave your 9 to 5 and go into business, the best advice I can give to you is that ensure that you have some savings as backup for at least 12 months. Where you go use guide, because you will use tears and drink Gary. At least by the 12th month, if the business is not doing as you have envisaged, you will dust your CV, you go and look for a job. You are looking, peace of mind. You like the founder of Kennecan, the CEO of Kennecan. Well, a lot of entrepreneurs, especially in this country, are slowly running mad, but they know it to tell you.
In this next clip, I'm extremely sorry for all the cussing, but I really want to get you to understand the mindset of where a lot of people are. And I know you might relate to it as well. So let's hear him out. And once again, I'm sorry, but we're going to talk about it after.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this "that's just the way it is" bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big-ass fucking plantation, man. A big-ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire? Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm going to walk in there. They going to ask me, why do you want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me is important to pay. Get the fuck out of here, man.
As a black man, this dude is sitting here mad like he's a slave. But at the same time, I understand once again where he's coming from. Working just to live and living just to work. For who? For what? Brother need to pick up his Bible and really figure out, his purpose in life. Because that's only going to come from God. But the second thing I want to jump into is, bro, we not slaves no more. Name a better time to be black in America where you can go start your own business. You can work a job and go start your own business. And the real question is, like, what have you been doing with your life? You know what I mean? I just refuse to believe that you've had it hard since that you're sitting inside of a car, bro. I'm sure you got a roof over your head. I'm sure you're eating every day. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm being unsympathetic or empathetic, whichever one the proper one is for that. But at the same time, bro, I'm also going to be real with you. Like, bro, you got to get some grit inside of you, dog. Because complaining never solves the problem. Ever, bro. It just never solves the problem. That's why I can't get down like that. And I can't agree on every aspect, even though I understand your frustration.
I'm not gonna lie, like, if you got a job for real, bro, like, be appreciative. You might hate that shit, but nigga, listen, it's hard out here, bro. Real shit. It's hard out here. Real shit. So just be thankful and grateful. Still playing how you gonna get out this. But I mean, be appreciative. Our niggas is broke, no money, no income, nothing.
Everybody get on me in the comments for saying a 9 to 5 is pointless, but bro, y'all not really listening to what I'm saying. If you an entrepreneur or somebody and you really out here trying to make a name for yourself, it don't make no sense to go out here and work a job and you goddamn paying to live. You look back at all your money that you done spent working 40 hours a week, damn it, you done clocked in overtime too. You only left with $600-$700. What you can do with that in 2026? You left with $600-$700 to play with? That's niggas whole checks. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. And the reason why I say you might as well go wing it instead of getting a job, you gotta think you better off taking the risk, bro. Yeah, it might be a little nerve-wracking. Folks probably tell you not to do it. That window of opportunity might close for you to take that risk. Now, it is no option for that. You can always go work a job. That's basically what I'm saying. So you can always go work a job, bro. You can always go work. But this opportunity to come change your life and follow your dreams may not be there. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's all I'm saying, bro. Just follow your dreams, cuz.
That goes exactly back to what I said at the beginning of the video. Whenever I go for my goals or try to start a business and I failed multiple times, guys, it was always easier for me to just go back and get another job. The thing is I'm using a job to get to where I want, but I'm not going to sleep on the fact that a job is actually very useful to help me stabilize myself while I'm building my goals and dreams. But I'm not going to rely on it. I'm not going to rely on it forever. You know what I'm saying? At some point, something got to shake because I'm never going to be able to, build the life I want for my family and live it the way I want to without a extensive amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can go into like the biblical definitions of things and reasonings behind things, but the life I want to live, I want to be able to make a bunch of money without sinning and be comfortable without actually needing this corrupt government or system and what I'm saying, using it to my benefit. I'm grateful for every job that I've had that allowed me to put food in my mouth on a day-to-day basis because my businesses don't do that. My business is not putting gas in my car. My businesses are not helping me travel. They're not allowing me to eat and put clothes on my back. My job is doing that. I want my business to do that, but for the meantime, I need a job. So there's once again both sides of the argument.
Yo, the way that you get successful, bro, is building your life up after your 9 to 5. So as soon as you're getting off of work, what are you doing after work? Okay? That's what separates the people who actually make it out from the people who don't. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you guys my story, a little story. I used to go to college, right? I'm actually thinking about enrolling just to finish. That's another story. But I was going to college, but I was working 40 hours a week. So my schedule would be like, I'd go to work, I'd leave around 4:35. I'd go to class, bro. I had a night class. Bro, I'd be so tired in that class. I'd be sleep. Luckily, my professor was nice. I'd leave that class. I'd go home, do homework, take like a 30-minute nap, hit the gym, and work on this content shit, bro. Work on my grind, bro. And I did that shit for a while, bro. But look where I'm at now. Now I don't gotta work that 9 to 5 job. I live in my own apartment. You feel me? I got 2 cars. I got a Benz and a Tesla. Okay, and it's not to brag or flex, but that was built after work. I didn't use work or school as an excuse for why I couldn't be where I'm at. So when I see dudes complaining about, oh, I hate the grind, man. I hate being at this job, bro. All right, what are you doing after work? What are you doing on your weekends, bro? Are you partying? Are you drinking? Are you smoking? Oh, you're playing 2K. You're playing video games and going to the club, and you still mad about the position you are in life. I can't feel bad for you because you saw what I went through. People think this shit was easy. It shit ain't. So, yeah, you need to be grinding your 5 to 9 as much as your 9 to 5, man.
Now, how can you sit there and argue with that? This young man is basically telling you he was balancing work, his 9 to 5, and his 5 to 9, or his entrepreneurial journey. Basically saying, I didn't have distractions. He made fun or mockery of the video games that people play, or the partying, the drinking, and the smoking that people did. But let's be honest, you know that if you're going to elevate yourself to somewhere, it's going to take a lot of sacrifices and a lot of work ethic. And, just like the guy in the previous videos, is like, what have you been doing with the time that you've been given before you start complaining about the situation that you're in right now? Now he doesn't have to work a job anymore, but I'm sure he's grateful for the job at that time, even though he didn't like it. See, let me tell you guys something. Being grateful doesn't mean you like it. Being grateful is being happy that, or being appreciative of the opportunity and the other doors that it's opening for you. That's what is important when it comes to this job thing, guys. Stop making it seem like it's the worst thing ever, but at the same time, don't be like most people and try to work a 9 to 5 and expect your life to be abundant, and unless you have a really really good job, but most people don't expect your life to be abundant. You have options, expecting to be able to properly retire. That's not how that works. At this point in time, let me just be very clear: a job is a stepping stone. That's it. That's it. That's the way you should see it if you want to be somebody who's in the top 1% of income earners and people who can exercise options because they have financial freedom. Anything else other than that, man? I don't understand your way of thinking. Please explain it to me if you can.
Don't get it fucked up. Like, I really hate working still. Like, having to have a job really irritates my soul. But I could be dead ass broke right now. Like, I'm grateful as hell. Like, I'm a human being. I'm gonna complain about working, right? But don't get it fucked up, nigga. I'm getting my ass up and going to work every day. Every day. Unless, I'm all for I got vacation time. Like, I'm grateful as hell, but I can be dead broke right now. Dead on my ass right now. Not with nothing. Not shit. Like, then what's even crazy about that is that I actually been at rock bottom before. Like, ain't seen shit before. Like, this week a paycheck ain't came in. Like, the next week I know a paycheck not coming in. Like, I gotta stretch this goddamn money, stretch this food. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's okay to complain about your job and shit like that, but be grateful, boy. Especially nowadays, like, gas prices back high, shit getting back higher. On top of the fact that the job market ain't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody keeping their job, you feel me? The job market ain't shit right now because these folks not quitting. They not quitting. They not quitting, fam. So be grateful, boy. Be grateful every day. Wake up and thank God every day.
What's going on, TikTok? If you have a job you hate, be grateful you have a job. There are people right now that's been looking for jobs for 6 months, a year. They've been sending, 100 applications a day. They're not getting any responses. They're getting rejected. They're getting ghosted. You feel me? Like, this job market is crazy, bro. I don't care if you're making 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 an hour. Stay at your job, bro, and be grateful. I don't care if you hate it. Stay on it, bro. You don't want to be out here looking for jobs. You're spending your whole day applying this, that, and the third. Keep your job, bro. It's better than having no job.
Man, if you have a decent job nowadays that pays you fairly well, that gives you the autonomy to
pay your bills, keep a roof over your head, keep your kids fed, keep your family intact. Be thankful, seriously, man. Because, I mean, you guys see what's happening nowadays with all these federal employees, man. People are losing their jobs just like that. I'm talking about people who've put in 30 years of service, and on a whim, just on a downside, your job is gone. Got to start from scratch. And who knows what type of situation that these people are being put into without income coming in. As you know how it goes. Without income, sometimes it's very hard to have an outcome. So if you got a good job that's with you and it's contributing to your survival, please be thankful, because you don't know what the hell can happen tomorrow.
Bro, that job you hate so much is paying for everything you got going on in life. I think a lot of people lose touch with reality because so many people hate what they do. Like 90% of people hate the fucking job that they do, G. Motherfuckers just be so busy reflecting on all the bad, all the negative. You feel me? What's so wrong with that job? What's fucked up about it? Hating the people that they work with. Just the job itself they can't fucking stand. But sometimes, bro, you gotta sit back and think and just be thankful because that job keeps a roof over your head. That job keeps your bills paid. It keep food in your stomach. It keep clothes on your back. It keep all your necessities in life going. Put gas in your car, all that shit, because everybody ain't a fucking entrepreneur. You see what I'm saying? Everybody ain't got multiple streams of income or working multiple jobs or something like that. Most people have one source of income, and that's that job that you fucking hate so much, but that bitch keep your life going. I ain't gonna cap to you. And all the extracurricular shit you like doing, whether you like going bowling, playing pool, amusement park, water park, horseback riding, go-kart, whatever the fuck you like to do that's fun, everything in the fucking world costs. So sometimes, bro, it's better to, you feel me, have something that's putting money in your pocket that you can't stand, because there's a lot of motherfuckers out here unemployed. And I'm talking about unemployed for months and months and months, wishing that they could be in a job that they claim to fucking hate. So sometimes you gotta reflect and be like, hey, it's better to hate this job, putting money in my pocket, than, you feel me, being happy being unemployed. Let that shit sink.
You know, I feel sorry for people that have to work today. You know, I worked for a long time. I don't work anymore. You know, I'm 58 years old. But when I used to have to go to work, I hated every freaking day that I went to work. I hated going to work. I hated working, but you know what? I did it because you do what you have to do. But at least when I went to work, back then, I was able to see my money, that I had money left over, that most of us who worked back then, we were able to purchase things and buy things and get homes and live alone. And when we get, when you turn, the goal for most of us back then, when you get 18, I want to hurry up and get 18 so I can get my own place or get a roommate. It's not that way today. It's not that. You're pretty much working as a Hebrew slave today. You're working only, if you think about the slaves even back in this country, they had food and shelter, but they had nothing else. So they were basically working just to have food and shelter. They never saw any money. They never advanced anywhere. They were just slaves, and that's the way that it is today. It's just called work. But what it really is modern day slavery. You got the rich people, whether they're black or white or whatever color they might be, and then you have the poor people. It's only two sets of people. People looking at black, white, Chinese, and all of this stuff, but it's only two sets of people. It's the rich and it is the poor. And the rich keeps its foot on the poor's neck so they can stay poor. The poor are the slaves. The rich are the slave owners. And that's pretty much what it boils down to. If you're not rich, you are a slave. If you got to go to work, you are a slave. And it doesn't even matter if you got a job and you're working in corporate or if you're working at the McDonald's, because you can be working in corporate making $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year, and you are still a slave to the system because you have to do this in order to survive. You making more money, yeah, but you got more bills. So most of us, man, I'm telling you, I couldn't imagine having to work today and having nothing to show for it. I'm praying for y'all because I couldn't do it.
And that's just it right there, man. That's why most people are hating their jobs, but they're confused on the function of it. It's not allowing you to pay your bills. Most people live in check to check. They're living just to work. That's why they hate these jobs, man. There's not enough room for a buffer to be able to go out and do certain things, live basic life. Not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur for real. But at the end of the day, man, so you got to look at it like, well, if that's you got to pick your poison, because these are the options that you've been given. Now, these also some of the choices that you made, bro. But back in the day, bro, I remember being 19. My first apartment, bro, was 700, $800 for everything. My rent was like 625. My utilities, internet, phone, water, electricity. all equaled up to about $800. Man, I can make that in a week. 3-4 days weekend working at Golden Corral server, bro. I remember it like yesterday. Now rent alone 1,100, 1,000. Phone, electricity, Wi-Fi, all of that, man. My bills are over double what they used to be at the base, and the jobs have not increased in income. So I get it, but I'm so grateful for the job at the end of the day, man. Guys, if you really enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a sub, man. Make sure you leave a like and a comment down below, guys. Start engaging with me, but I'm gonna keep putting these videos out regardless, working on my 5 to 9 as I, do my 9 to 5 thing, man. Y'all take it easy. Too tall out.